Malaysia is a beautiful country in Southeast Asia. There are different types of food, bustling commercial hubs. The most gorgeous part is people with different cultures, and furthermore, the marvelous history of sports. Millions of people exercise no matter for physical activities or to win glory for their mother country. Malaysia has a long history with sports, beginning from the time the British introduced it in the 19th century, what the British used as a tool to create rapport between the locals and themselves serves us well in our multiracial society today. More significantly, the nation was born on sporting grounds at a stroke of midnight on the 31st of August 1957 at Selangor, Batam, now known as the Taradam Merdeka, and at the Merdeka Stadium, where the proclamation of independence was held the next morning. Bumiputra, Chinese, and India are the main consist of the country. Here is an interesting question. How do they communicate during a match in the same team? Most people will choose maybe do like gesture or like body language. However, the Bahasa Melayu is the official lingua franca of all the locals they know. So next time, if we want to join like sports events or like just like play with friends here in Malaysia, to like ensure understanding, we can prepare like some special like team cooperation words, but also have more fun.
One of the really skillful and long historical sports in Malay is called sepak takraw. It's a sport native to Southeast Asia, highlighting the ingenuity and athleticism of early Malaysian society. This sport, played with a rattan ball, showcases not only physical prowess but also the cultural emphasis on community and teamwork. This game, which involves players using their feet, heads, knees, and chest to play a rattan ball over a net, is a captivating blend of acrobatic and strategy. However, Malaysia itself is not only has this fabulous sport, it's a country with a rich culture and a variety of traditional and regional sports. Held international sports events such as Formula One, football, badminton, BGM, traditional music, traditional sports such as Kongak. Malaysia has held all of the above. The National Sports Day in Malaysia, held annually on the second Saturday in October, with the main objective of promoting a healthy lifestyle among its population. The first National Sport Day was held in 2015, about 10 years ago. As the information we know, Malaysia has the type of oldest martial arts in Southeast Asia, with roots tracing back more than 1,000 years. All all in all, the transition sports and high level of opportunity and support for national fitness blending of legends and philosophy. Malaysia possesses all of these. Thank you for listening.
The government has invested significantly in state-of-the-art sports facilities and youth development programs, ensuring that aspiring athletes have the resources and opportunities needed to excel on both national and international stages. Traditional martial arts such as Silat not only highlight Malaysia's rich cultural heritage, but also instill values of discipline, respect, and perseverance among practitioners. Local sports clubs and community events play a vital role in fostering inter-ethnic dialogue, where Malaysians from diverse cultural backgrounds unite to celebrate their shared love for sports.
Hi. Now, in my section, I'll be discussing the history of badminton in Malaysia. So, before I step into it, some people might ask, why specifically badminton and not sports in general? Malaysia plays a lot of sports, but the reason why I chose badminton was because it's one of the most famous sports that Malaysia plays in. It's popular for multiple generations, mine and the past ones, and it's a sport that's recognizable by anyone. And whenever Malaysian player plays badminton at the world level, they are watched by everyone from all walks of life. So, without further ado, let's step into Malaysian history for it. Badminton really began in 1809 when the British in the East India Company brought the sport to Malaysia, then known as Malaya in Penang, where the sport was initially called battledore or shuttlecock. It was relatively the same thing. It was contained within British clubs, but quickly spread to schools as it became more of a popular choice for the locals, especially within the early 1900s across Penang, Malacca, Ipoh, Kuala Lumpur, and then Singapore. In 1925, Penang was the first state to form its own badminton association, with Perak joining 4 years later. In 1934 was the presence of the first national badminton association in then known as Malaya, then was renamed to the Badminton Association of Malaysia in 1964 following the country's independence. Malaysia has had a wonderful career in their time in badminton. During the inaugural Thomas Cup in 1949, which was the most prestigious tournament for badminton in the world, Malaysia was its winner, and they would go on to win 4 Thomas Cups from 1949 to 1982, the second highest number in the world at that time, second to really only Indonesia. But even if they didn't win within the middle, they still kept a strong performance. During the 80s and 90s, the Sidek brothers, such as Rashid Sidek, were very strong players, and even one of the siblings, Rashid Sidek, brought a victory to Malaysia in the 1992 Thomas Cup. Now, in the 21st century, in the 2008, 2012, and the 2016 Olympics, we have Dr. Lee Chong-wei, undoubtedly not just Malaysia's most famous, but the world's most famous badminton player, cementing his legacy amongst some of the world's best.
Lee Chong-wei later recalled that all the pressure started from that moment. In 2008, Lee Chong-wei reached the Olympic final and won the silver medal, and after this defeat in final, he began to train harder and even improved himself by competing with 3 people once. In 2009, Lee Chong-wei won 7 Open Championships. In 2010, 10 championships, and won the All England Championships for the first time. And his overall winning rate reached to 96.7%. A passage in his autobiography in which the lose is king, one of the sentences inspired countless people. Even if I fall, the trace he has carved in my life will be a glorious mark, but I must give up. And no matter where I go in future, I will continue to fight like a warrior, full of fight of spirit. No matter what situation you face, you should always know how to recognize and start again.
Talk about the influence around the world among Malaysian artists. Nicole David is definitely one of the most famous players. Her biography has been translated into 18 different languages. She was the world number 1 of the record breaking. In September 2015, in Romania Valley, she was known as internationally as the Queen of the Squeeze. In 2006, she became the number 1 Asian female player in the world ranking. and in 2008, she won all the tournaments she participated in, and writing an unavailable history of undefeated match through the year. She never stopped the journey to the title has not only brought glory to the Malaysia, but also gained the various awards and the experience of herself. In 2021, Nicole David has voted the best author in the history of the world game with 3,100 voters, about 200,000 votes. Squeeze, sometimes called squeeze racket, is a racket sport played by 2 players or 4 players in full wheeled counter with a small hollow rugby ball.
Squash was developed in the early 19th century when inmates in London prison played the ball against the will to exercise and regulate to atmosphere of prison life. It was later improved by Harlem School, which trained the descendants of the royal family in England. In 20th century, squash became widely popular. Technique and tactics were also innovated, and the International Squash Federation, the world authoritative governing body, was officially established. In 1998, squash was added to the official sports of the Asian Games in Bangkok. In the early morning of October 10, 2023, the International Olympic Committee announced its official website that the Los Angeles 2028 organizing committee present to include squash as a new sport in the program setting of the Los Angeles 2028 Olympic Games. On October 16, 2023, the International Olympic Committee officially voted to include squash in the program of the Los Angeles 2028 Olympic Games. Although Nicole David is now retired, he is inspiring new Malaysian squash players to join the Squash Association with renewed hope. The inclusion of squash as a new Olympic was defined by historical moment for Malaysians. We are always looking forward to a wide variety of sports and strong sports culture.
There are thousands of legendary athletes in Malaysia, such as Devers Pendelarinon, Nur Jabata Sabri, Chong Jun Hoon, Lon Mungia, archer Karul Anwar Mohammed, and women's race athlete. Every jump, every run, and every sweat they make is a persistent pursuit of their dreams. The struggle all the way on the field made us see perseverance and courage.
From 1999 to 2017, one of the biggest international sporting events was held in Malaysia. Formula 1 Malaysian Grand Prix, attracting top drivers and teams from around the world. It shows Malaysia's modern infrastructure and capabilities. Another major international sporting event in Malaysia is the CIMB Classic, which is part of the PGA Tour. Even the best golfers around the world come to Malaysia. It helps promote the country as an ideal golf destination. On the other hand, pushes people to get used to knowing each other, enhances international cooperation, and is also conducive to developing Malaysia's economy. In the badminton field, the Malaysia Open is definitely an exciting and significant competition held in Malaysia. It has a strong transition to all the badminton athletes around the world. It shows the passion of Malaysians for badminton and encourages more and more people to come and join together in this well-known sport. In conclusion, sports can bring people together from different ethnic groups in order to support the country, as it has a lot of societal benefits. It also encourages a collective national identity through international achievements. It stimulates the economy and fosters cooperation through sports infrastructure while creating jobs for the people. It promotes physical health and the overall well-being of the citizens of Malaysia and ensures that all Malaysians live a healthier lifestyle.